Welcome back to the 2K Studios podcast. Today we're discussing the Other Bennet Sister. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Heather.
And today, like I said, we're talking about the Other Bennet Sister, which is a British period drama created by the Bad Wolf Media Company for the BBC One, which you can find on BritBox through Amazon Prime, I believe.
Yes, you can just add a subscription to Amazon Prime with BritBox.
All right.
Right there it is.
Yeah. So that's where you can watch it. This is 10 episodes, one season, which is adapting Janice Hadlow's acclaimed novel, which is also titled The Other Bennet Sister.
Which I really loved. I read that book, read the book about 6 months prior to the show starting, so I was very excited and had high hopes for the show, and it did not disappoint. It followed the book very closely, and I would say the Other Bennet Sisters book adaptation is like one of the closest books I've ever read, like a spin-off of Jane Austen compared to Jane Austen's writing. So it was really cool.
Yeah, so if you haven't caught on yet, The Other Bennet Sister is also a Jane Austen-esque period drama following Mary Bennet, who is the middle child of the Bennet sisters.
She's played by Ella Bruclary.
Ella Bruclary. Sorry for mispronouncing your name, Miss Ella. You did a fantastic job as Mary Bennet. And like we said, Mary Bennet is the middle sister of the Bennet sisters, who you may know of from the Jane Austen Pride and Prejudice series or television adaptions or movie adaptions. And so, yes, but this TV show follows Mary and her adventures and toils and troubles. In the first episode, it starts off with a little montage of all the daughters being born, which is quite hilarious. At least I found it quite hilarious. But it does point out the main problem that the sisters are facing, which is that there's no male heir in their family line, which is a big problem. No male heir back in that period means that they need to find husbands of worth. And there's 5 sisters, so there's quite a task finding 5 men of worth.
So it puts a lot of pressure on the sisters, which you see in Pride and Prejudice, but in Pride and Prejudice, Mary is definitely a side character. You see Mary, you don't hardly know anything about Mary. And so I really enjoyed, especially in the first episode and all throughout the season, how it shows Mary's point of view and how much the pressure of needing to find a husband was on Mary as well, because as we find out, her mother is a whore.
Yeah, this television series does not go light on the mother. The mother is definitely the antagonist to Mary, and it's very sad to see. But I think it is kind of also a common occurrence in middle children have this problem, I would say, with their mothers. But this mother was not amazing to Mary, and we find her belittling Mary, giving Mary a hard time about her appearance, and just being a bad mom, in my opinion. Anyways, I guess back then according to Mary's mom, glasses are terrible for women's appearance, so
will not find a husband that way.
Yeah, so tragically, that is the lot that Mary leads in life. In the first episode, what's kind of interesting about the show is it kind of overlaps a little bit with Pride and Prejudice, where the first 2 episodes kind of show plots and points in the Pride and Prejudice series. So the first episode, we find this is when Mary and them go to their first social outing, and that's when they meet Mr. Bennet.
Mr. Bingley.
Whichever one, yeah.
Mr. Bennet's the father, and Mr. Bingley.
I get their names all mixed up.
Meet Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy and the Bingley sisters.
Yes, at this ball. And she dances with the guy who made her glasses, which was very endearing and sweet. But I guess because he's just a lowly glasses maker, that's not a relationship that would be allowed. I'm not sure why, but that's how it's portrayed.
The commoner, a merchant. Merchants weren't as highly esteemed as people that have a great fortune already that they inherited.
But you would think with 5 sisters, you'd just be happy that she's happy.
You would think so.
But no, Mary must marry someone of value, I guess, for some reason. But anyways, that was the first episode.
Which, that does not make any sense, because a little earlier, before the ball, Mary overhears her mother saying that basically that Mary will probably never marry. So why isn't she not content with another suitor being interested in her?
I don't know.
And you could potentially marry her off.
Yeah, I mean, at least she'd be happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Mary's mother is quite a character. But the second episode, we find there is another male suitor coming that will save the family. Mr. Collins, right?
Oh, Mr.
Yes.
Collins.
This show actually does a really good job, in my opinion, of redeeming Mr. Collins. Because he has always been a very creepy man throughout the rest of the adaptions of Pride and Prejudice.
I mean, he still is cringeworthy, but you get to see another side of Mr. Collins, a little bit more depth to him.
And he and Mary kind of relate over their social awkwardness, which is kind of nice to see, like, that side of Mr. Collins. Like, maybe there is a reason why he's so weird, just socially awkward.
Yeah, it's not like he had a very hard childhood and everything. He just never felt like he fit in. So it makes you very empathetic for him.
Also, a fun fact about this episode, which I recently learned, is that, well, Mary plays the piano and sings for Mr. Collins, which does not go so well in the show, but the actress who portrays Mary is actually quite good at singing, and she found singing off-key in front of a group of people to be very, very nerve-wracking. She does not like singing badly in front of people.
Which, I mean, that would be quite nerve-wracking. You're used to performing and singing well, and then suddenly have all this cast and crew around you, and everyone's waiting for you to perform and to sound horrid, and the expectation is high.
And she did a great job singing poorly. I'm sure she does a great job singing well as well. And then we go to episode 3, where Mary finally leaves home and finally gets away from her horrid mother and finally gets to be her own person. She goes to be a governess.
For her aunt and uncle.
Yeah, who are lovely folks.
I love her aunt and her uncle, but her aunt is an absolute gem.
She's played by Indira Verma. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Mrs. Gardner. Very lovely, just uplifting, caring person, actually cares about Mary, actually cares about Mary's emotions, actually sees the positive side of Mary, and does her best to perk up Mary.
Yes, bring her out of her shell and turn her into a butterfly.
So she goes and she's doing this governessship, which she is also, this is like a newish thing for her, so she's very self-conscious about what she's teaching the kids, and she does some funny things with the kids. It's pretty funny. But then we meet a Mr. Hayward.
Or Tom.
Tom Hayward. And this is the first big love interest in the show.
Or technically second, because you could say the first guy that Mary met would have been her first love interest.
The glasses guy.
Because she was quite heartbroken over
the glasses guy.
The glasses guy. I love how we're just calling him the glasses guy.
I'm sorry, sir. You did a wonderful job being the glasses man. And I'm sorry you didn't end up with Mary. But we do see you again, and you are happily married, so congrats. But we meet Mr. Hayward, who is played by Donald Finn. This guy is like becoming one of my favorite, I guess he's
Irish actors.
Yeah, he's so good. He's in Young Sherlock. He's actually the villain in Young Sherlock, which is so interesting to see him being the love interest in this one and then the villain in another one. He's such a great actor.
Probably one of our main reasons that we watched Young Sherlock.
Yeah, we're like, oh, that guy's in it. Let's watch it. He does a great job in Young Sherlock as Moriarty, the villain. But he also does a great job here as Mr. Hayward. And we see the flirtations begin between Mr. Hayward and Miss Mary. What did you think about this first meeting?
I kind of already knew what was going to be happening because I read the book. So I was excited to finally meet Mr. Hayward, but it had been a little while since I'd read the book, so I wasn't sure how it was all going to play out because I didn't know how closely they were going to play off of the book, but they played off the book very well. So I was very excited to meet Mr. Hayward, and yes, he was very sweet, very charming, and in some moments awkward, but that made him all the more endearing.
So did he represent the character which you read? I'm not sure how descriptive they are in the novel.
I would say yes.
So he did an adequate job of portraying the character accurately.
Yes.
Which I don't know, but I just liked him as a character. He does such a great job. They're playing that hoops game.
Mm-hmm.
Mary's trying to figure it out by herself.
It's called, what is it called? Graces? Is it called Graces? Yes, it's called Graces.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was called either. I just know it involves sticks and a hoop.
And it's so funny because Mary definitely has a thing for forearms, because there's at least another part, I think earlier on, that she was checking out some other guy's forearm. So she has a thing for forearms.
I forgot this detail. Good on you, Mary. Gentlemen, work your forearms. I guess they're important. So after that, we go to episode 4. Mary settles into London and discovers her independence and is encouraged by this unexpected companionship. But I think this is where we meet a little hitch in the road. Is this where we figure out that Mr. Hayward is kind of like
taken? Yeah, so Mary meets another wonderful lady, which is really good to see, because you see like the relationship with Mary and her aunt, which is like a friendship, but you really don't see like any friendships with Mary. I mean, kind of with Charlotte a little bit, but it's different. And this friend that she makes, they hit it off kind of right away, and it's so fun to see Mary having friends and just being more carefree. But then we realize that Mr. Hayward is spoken for with this friend.
Anne Baxter, is that
Yes, Miss Baxter.
Mm-hmm. But yes, Miss Baxter is quite lovely to Mary, and is quite a lovely person in general. It's just so sad that they like the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to episode 5, and this is where Mary attends the grand ball in London. And this is where we have another rival being introduced into the plot.
So in Pride and Prejudice, Caroline Bingley is definitely a character not very many people like, because of her trying to take Mr. Darcy from Elizabeth. But in this season as well, she is also quite the rival, because she's just downright nasty to Mary and just very unkind. And I'm not exactly sure the motive, if it's still she's upset about not having Mr. Darcy and it's her connection with the Bennet family that she's so upset about, or what her grudge is against Mary necessarily.
Yeah, she's at the ball and she's not so nice. And she is portrayed by Tanya Reynolds. Tanya, you did a great job in being a rival to poor Mary.
And she looks very much like the 1990, is it 6 version or 97 version? I think 96, possibly. The actress there. They look very similar, actually.
So then we're at this ball, and Mary actually does pretty well socially. She's kind of out of her shell. And there's another gentleman there, I think, that meets her there. Is that where they introduce Mr. Ryder?
I believe so. Mr. Ryder.
He takes a shining to our Mary.
He is very charming.
Yeah, well, the word on the street is that he's some sort of ladies' man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little bit of a bad boy, I would say, is how they...
He's unconventional.
Yeah, very unconventional. But yeah, he's...
And a free spirit.
Sure. There's nothing wrong with the guy, except he's not Mr. Hayward, and we like Mr. Hayward here. We are Hayward Camp, Team Hayward. So, yes, and this is another thing that I think this show does really well, is they do so well at portraying characters' feelings without them speaking them.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's why the actors are do so well. Mr. Hayward, especially
the yearning's there.
You can see that when Mr. Ryder is talking to Mary, how he is very put off by that. He is not happy about it, even though he's like engaged to another woman. You can tell that he does not like this Mr. Ryder talking to Miss Mary.
But to get also a point there is Mr. Hayward is friends with Mr. Ryder, so he knows Mr. Ryder quite well, and he knows his probably reputation with ladies, and that he can be somewhat of a heartbreaker. So
yeah, there is layers upon layers in this TV drama, and it's like such well crafted writing too. There's so many funny moments, and like his, you know, like the way they portray Mary, they do so well with her sassy / awkwardness. It's really great. And then after episode 5 at the ball, Mary has to go home. Is this because her mom feigns sickness, or is this because her dad dies?
Her dad dies actually in the end of episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Because then she
goes to London. That's when she goes to
London because it was either because her mother goes and lives with, I think it's Elizabeth or Jane. I think it might have been Jane at first, and then Elizabeth. So then Mary goes to stay in London. So yes, she gets to notice that her mother is extremely ill and everyone must be called to her bedside, which all the sisters show up, which it is fun to see all the sisters together again. And Lydia's pregnant and Kitty already has like a baby, and it's just fun to see all the dynamics. But Mary shows up and her mother is quite well.
I do not like her mother. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. But anyways, yes, so she takes right up to being mean to Mary. She picks up right where she left off, and she's telling Mary, she said, Mary, you have to take care of this dog.
You have to take care of me, Mary.
Mary, you must take care of me. Oh, I'm dying, Mary. Oh, be at my bedside, Mary. Oh, Mary. Oh, my gosh. I do not like her mom at all. But in the midst of this episode, guess who shows up to the house? It's Mr. Ryder.
Oh, yes. And it is quite hilarious because her sisters, and especially her mother, are gobsmacked that Mary actually has a friendship with a male companion. And so that was pretty fun to watch. Just kind of see like their dumbfoundedness and shock that a man could actually find Mary attractive and be interested in her.
Yeah, it's pretty funny how like the younger sisters are very seems to be jealous of Mary because of the wealth that this man has, because he is quite a wealthy feller,
and he's very good looking as well.
Yeah, they point that out. Yeah. Good on Mary. So at the end of this episode, doesn't he propose? It's like an unconventional proposal, like go away with me to where was it?
At the end of
Paris or somewhere.
Italy. At the end of this episode, it leaves off that you think he's going to propose, and then it picks up on the next episode picks up that he makes a proposal to Mary, not of marriage, but of going away to Italy with him, and they can just live together and drink wine, read poetry.
Like we said, they established that he's kind of unconventional. He doesn't like this whole marriage situation that they have to live with in this time period. He doesn't like that. And
to Mary, at first, she was very blindsided because, like, this is just not something that you would do. You would get a very bad reputation if you accepted this offer and just went along with a strange man off to Italy. But then she also is like, but he wants to be with me. So it's kind of that, like, she is contemplating, like, my brain just went blank. Contemplating
the social problems or whatever. Like her family has already suffered socially because of her younger sisters.
Yes. But but it's also like someone wants her, so it's like that struggle, and she likes Mr. Ryder, like as a friend. She just doesn't love Mr. Ryder, which is something that Lizzie talks to her about and asks her about.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's a great scene.
Which that's a really good scene because I really like seeing Lizzie and Mary interact. Makes me love Elizabeth all the more.
Yes, Team Elizabeth. So, eventually she decides to turn down Mr. Ryder's proposal. And then she goes back to her aunt's.
And her mother is very, very livid because Mary didn't tell her mother what type of proposal Mr. Ryder made. She just said that she rejected his proposal, and her mother was livid. So
she escapes to the lakes with her aunt.
Yes, thankfully this was like perfect timing because her mother was very mad with her and wanted her to basically be her maid and take care of her dog and everything. And Lizzie actually writes her aunt and uncle, and they show up and they come and suggest that Mary go with them to the lakes. And this is a moment I'm very proud of Mary. She stands up to her mother, and her mother's like, Mary, you have to stay with me, whatever. And Mary says, I'm going to the lakes. Good job, Mary. Good job for using your words.
And then the lakes is where much hilarity ensues because on the lakes we have some shenanigans that occurs.
Yeah, so Mary's going to the lakes with her aunt and uncle, and she thinks it's just going to be them. And then she finds out that Mr. Hayward's going to be there. And then she's like, oh no, because as of right now, Mr. Hayward's still spoken for, so this is just going to make more awkwardness because she has feelings for Mr. Hayward. And yes. So it's just going to be a whole bunch of awkwardness, she thinks. And then they get to the lakes as well, and not only is Mr. Hayward there, but also, who shows up a little bit later?
Mr. Ryder.
Mr. Ryder and Miss Bingley. And the other Miss Bingley and her husband. Everyone's there. And...
But Mr. Hayward does get Mary out on a boat.
Yes. And I'm trying to remember, has he said anything to her about him and Miss Baxter at this point? Of what their relationship is?
All I remember is like he's kind of in the middle of a proposal type thing and Mr. Ryder interrupts him from the shore.
Because I'm almost feeling like at some point in time, because she and Miss Baxter have a conversation, Mary and Miss Baxter have a conversation about basically that their proposal was not arranged, but kind of arranged, and neither one are really interested in anymore. So they have that conversation at some point, but I can't remember if it's like before this. I think it's before this. It might have been when they were in London. I can't remember. But maybe not, or maybe it's after. But anyway, so Mr. Hayward is trying to express his feelings to Mary in the boat. Beautiful scene, beautiful lighting, the perfect moment. And he's speaking beautifully to her. And then all we hear is, Miss Bennet! And you look, and there's Mr. Ryder on the shore. And does he stay on the shore? No, he starts swimming to them in the boat. And the reaction of Mr. Hayward's hilarious because you can just like, it's like, what in the world is he doing? It's quite comical.
Oh, he is so frustrated. Like he was like spouting poetry. He had the whole speech planned out. It was so beautiful. And then there's the rival, Mr. Ryder, swimming out to the boat.
And so he swims out to the boat and anyway. So they end up, Mr. Hayward and Mr. Ryder end up pulling Mary to shore.
Well, because when he gets to the boat, yeah. Mr. Hayward tries to pull him into the boat, but then that makes Mr. Hayward fall out of the boat. So then Mr. Ryder and Mr. Hayward are both in the water and Mary's left in the boat. And then they lose the oars. And so then Mr. Ryder and Mr. Hayward have to be on each side, one on each side of the boat, and like swimming the boat back to shore.
And it just reminds me of like Mary's just in the boat, she's just being pulled along. She just reminds me of like Queen Cleopatra just being pulled along the Nile.
It was hilarious.
But anyway, funny fact about that is both actors, like had to wear double the shirts for that scene because it was considered too inappropriate or immodest if they only had the one shirt because it was too see-through. And so both actors had to wear double their shirts. So it was quite cumbersome as they pulled her in.
Yeah, it was a hilarious scene. Like, one of the highlights of the show was definitely that scene.
That one and the exercising scene
That's
in the
not, that's
later
coming
episode.
up. So after that, we're on to episode 9. There is a mountain ascent. And Mary finds herself in another situation because now Mr. Hayward is unproposing because there's some kind of
Oh, he goes to propose again. The
but
poor man.
He finds out that Mr. Ryder wants to propose.
Yes.
And then he kind of like
he backs off.
He backs off because he knows that Mr. Ryder is really wealthy and can provide
a better
crazy good life. Because on the mountaintop, Mr. Ryder tells Mr. Hayward, I need to talk to you about some lawyer stuff. And that's when Mr. Hayward finds out that Mr. Ryder had inherited all this money from his aunt or something who passed away. So he's aware that, Miss Bennett, Mary, would be better off with Mr. Ryder.
Mr. Ryder. But yes, because Mr. Hayward was about ready to propose again, and then Mr. Ryder interrupted again.
And said, we need to talk about this lawyering stuff.
And he tells Mr. Hayward, that he intends to propose to Mary, so
yeah, this is one of those classic bro code things, like, don't steal each other's girl or whatever. So, but it is very frustrating for Mary because, like, this is the point where she just goes off on Mr. Hayward and she's very, very upset about him, and she gets so stubborn in the fact that she kind of makes him stay on the mountain too long.
Yeah, well, because before they went up, or I don't even know if they'd told about this necessarily in the episode. In the book, though, the guide was warning them that they shouldn't go up that high anyway, or they shouldn't be hiking that day because there were supposed to be really bad storms that were coming, but they decided to go anyway. And so in the episode, they decided to hike up, was it even further, or they wanted to wait out the storm and watch the storm come in.
They wanted to watch it come in.
And the guide said that wasn't good because it's dangerous. And so Mr. Hayward was trying to convince them that we should listen to our guide and leave. But since Mary was kind of ticked off with Mr. Hayward and him not telling her what was going on, she was also kind of pressured by Mr. Ryder because he said that he wanted to stay up there as well. So she went around along with the crowd and they stayed up there. And since Mr. Hayward's a gentleman and told her aunt and uncle that he would look after her, he stayed with them.
So before this whole mountain scene, we skipped the funniest scene in the whole show is when they're stretching in the garden.
Before they go up on their hike.
I cannot believe this scene. This scene is worth watching the whole show for because it is so hilarious. Mary goes out to the garden to do some stretches, and then Mr. Hayward comes out and he starts stretching too. And then
Mr.
Ryder comes out and he starts stretching too.
And then Miss Bingley comes out and then she just starts stretching as well.
Oh, it is so funny. It is the funniest scene. I love it so much. It's so awkward. I just love the awkwardness of it.
It's so funny.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I love that scene. I need to watch that scene again. But back to the mountaintop, they're trying to come down in this crazy rainstorm, and then Miss Caroline Bennett gets her foot stuck.
Or Bingley.
I always get these names.
That's okay. They're both Bean last names.
Yes. The villainess gets her foot stuck, and Miss Mary is nice enough to help stay with her. Then Mr. Hayward comes back and helps them free her foot, and then,
yes,
they make it down the mountain, but Miss Mary gets sick.
Yes, she gets very sick.
Which is very sad.
Mm-hmm.
And then that brings us to episode 10?
I believe so.
The final episode.
So Mary recovers! Yay!
She
She doesn't die!
Thank God. And then what happens?
Then what happens?
Yeah, she recovers.
Doesn't she go back to London?
Yeah, she goes to
Yes.
London. She's in the park. She's like,
And
she's decided she is going to be a governess, and she doesn't care about men anymore, and she's kind of over relationships, and she's just gonna be her own woman. And then she meets the glasses guy in the park, and he tells her about how he's happily married, and he's like a doctor now, and she's very happy for him, and he's encouraging to her about finding love and stuff, and it was a very encouraging scene. And then doesn't Mr. Hayward show up in the park?
A little bit. I don't think it was right then. It might have been a little bit afterwards. But she was like in a garden, but it was also a park. But I feel like we're missing a little bit in between.
It's been a while since we watched the season, but at some point Mr. Hayward shows up because Miss Evil Human
Bingley
did something nice.
Oh yes, because she had a conversation with Mary.
Well, she wrote a letter.
Yes.
Because they couldn't. Because Mr. Hayward had to leave to go settle this estate deal of Mr. Ryder, because the aunt passing away, the money in the estate deal. He's the lawyer. He had to go figure it out, and he was gone. And then Mary couldn't find him, and finally. Caroline sent the letter that kind of like brought him back.
Yes, we also totally skipped a Mr. Ryder actually proposing to Mary. We'll just skip it. Go on to Mr. Hayward.
I don't remember that proposal. I blinked it from my mind. It never happened.
Okay, go to Mr. Hayward.
What did happen? Where did he propose? I forget.
Didn't he propose? Where did he propose? I can't remember either. But basically, she told him that she didn't love him. Was that at her aunt and uncle's house, or was it back at Lizzie's estate? I think it was at her aunt and uncle's house.
Wherever it was, she said no. Thank God. But she really wanted to find Mr. Hayward, and then she couldn't. And then, yes, Caroline Bingley did something nice and sent a letter that kind of explained the situation, and then he came back.
Yes, and then Mary had also told her that Mr. Ryder, she wasn't interested in Mr. Ryder because Miss Caroline Bingley was interested in Mr. Ryder. And so, since Mary wasn't after Mr. Ryder, I think it made Caroline a little bit more relieved.
Oh, yes, that's right. She was after Mr. Ryder. That's why she didn't like her so much. We forgot to explain that plot point. But yes, when she sees Mr. Ryder, doesn't she slap him right across the face?
Who? Mary?
Mary, yeah.
Not Mr. Ryder, Mr. Hayward.
Mr. Hayward, yes. She's very perturbed with him.
Or she doesn't slap him on the face, she hits him in the chest.
Oh, yes, she hits him. She's such a feisty character. We love her. And then he proposes, and it's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
And hey, that's the end of the show.
Yes.
So, we'll rate this little drama here. We have a little rating system we like to do. How did you like the plot? What do you rate the plot out of 1 to 10?
It's so good. I would rate it, honestly though, the plot, I would rate it, I would rate it a 9.5.
Oh.
The only reason I don't give it 10 is because I got tired of Mr. Ryder kept on interrupting Mr. Hayward's proposals.
And there wasn't that many interruptions in the book?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the show added a few more.
I think it maybe added like one more interruption. I think in the boat, I don't think the boat scene actually happened in the book, if I remember correctly. Maybe it did. No, I don't think it did. So I think there might have been like one more additional interruptions.
All right. How'd you like the pacing of this here?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. How'd you
10
like
out of 10.
the cinematography?
10 out of 10.
How about the acting?
10 out of 10.
How about the scripting?
10 out of 10.
How about the costuming?
Oh, I really did like the costumes. I would do costumes. I would do like a 9. I really like the costumes. Yeah, I'll do like a 9. I think I liked it because it was very like Mary-esque. It wasn't always like, some of Mary's dresses weren't always the most like stunning dresses in the world, because some of the colors didn't always coordinate the best together, but that was what Mary wanted. So like it makes sense for the purpose of the show. And I loved it because it was so endearing, because it wasn't like, oh, it matched and everything was perfect. It was Mary. So I did love that.
She had her own style, which her aunt kind of led her to pick,
Yes.
like, pick your own style, be your own woman. This is very nice to see Mary grow that way. So what do you say, 9 out of 10?
Yeah, like 9.5.
So we're giving, sounds like overall the show's like a 9.5 out of 10.
For me, yes. And I'd say this is probably the best show I've seen of the year, like TV show, for sure. After the Other Bennet Sister, I would say the next TV series of the year would be Young Sherlock.
Oh, yeah, we will talk about Young Sherlock in a later episode. Do not worry. I have much to say about Young Sherlock because I love it. Yeah, I love it so much. It's kind of sad though, but we will get into it in the next episode. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to watch the Other Bennet Sister. Let us know what you thought of it. And until next time, adios.
Bye.